What is up, Northeast Division? Happy Tuesday. Hope you and your families are safe and well during this time. So coming to you again, live from the heartland of Bradyland Studios here for the second month in a row. Hopefully this ends pretty soon, but hey, it is what it is. With technology and what's going on, what we do, we overcome, we adapt, and we succeed, and we win. But anyway, I want to start off this broadcast by kind of doing a little recap of last month's broadcast that hopefully you all tuned in and watched it and took some tips from it and used it in what you've been doing. And if you remember last month, we had Sam Roberts was on from Virginia, the Virginia region, and he talked about going to starts, making sure he's going to starts. I'll tell you folks what, starts are a great way to find places to go because the call center has been going crazy so far this month with a lot of people calling in. So starts is a great way to find places to go. We also had on Jeff Merkin from Baltimore, Maryland region, and he was talking about working with the route managers because the route managers know the folks that are letting them in the houses and using them to be extra set of eyes out there. Like I said, as far as getting in the houses and helping him fill up his day with places to go. We also had Christian BRINDLE on here, DJ, and he was talking about how he's working more appointments and he's got to make more phone calls to get in houses and just working really hard. And then we also had on from Permatree, Jessie Milby, and she was talking about making sure that with her face mask and her gloves and the shoe covers, when she's prospecting, telling the customers what she's going to be wearing, that she's going to be taking safety precautions with the face mask, to not only protect them, to protect her, and kind of setting that stage right up front about what we're doing to be safe out in the field. So those are some of the highlights that we talked about last month. But let's move into to some April results. This is crazy. The 5 years that I've been in this position as division sales manager for the Northeast Division, I have never seen a top 10 list like this. So let's just roll this film and y'all got to check out this top 10 list. I mean, seriously, how about that? For the month of April in the Northeast Division, you had to hit a perfect mile to crack the top 10 list. You had to have $100,000 just to be in the top 10 in just the Northeast Division. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that is simply amazing. I love what's going on out there. There's a lot of great stories out there of what's going on and people just being successful. They're just using what's going on out there to their advantage. And so Here's what I'm going to do for the rest of the broadcast. I have two asks of you. First thing is I hope that you have something to jot down some notes. Whether you're watching this on your iPad and you're taking notes on your phone or vice versa, or you have a pen and paper, whatever, I hope you take down a few notes. The second ask that I have of you, and I'm saying this now because I'll probably forget it at the end, but is to make sure that you take a couple of these ideas that you're going to get throughout this broadcast and post them on your GroupMes. Share the ideas that you got, because you may remind somebody else of something and somebody else may remind something of you that you kind of missed on a broadcast of what we're going to talk about. Because what we're going to do is we're going to talk to some people that are on that list, that top 10 list, that have hit that perfect mile in April with what's going on, and kind of talk a little bit about what they're doing. So the first person that I'm going to have talk is a guy that's been around for a while. He's been around for a while, and he finally hit his first perfect mile. And, let's go up to New Jersey.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ed Michelle from branch 335 in Freehold, New Jersey. After about 13 years now, I guess I've been with the company. I finally hit a miracle mile, and I was asked to say what I attributed that to. And I think the main thing is that during this coronavirus outbreak, everybody's home. You get in front of everybody. So there's no one-leggers, very few of them at all, if any. So take advantage of it. Have a great month. Good luck. Hope to do it again this month. Thanks.
Congratulations, Ed. So there's Big Ed up in New Jersey with his pet bird, Rocco. But anyway, so you picked up on what he said, the fact that everybody's home. So here's Ed Micheri. The guy's been around for 13 years. He's been to multiple President's Clubs. He goes to the RAC trip almost every year. So he's a producer. He puts up some numbers. But now the fact that people are home, you don't have to worry about the one-leggers. The decision makers are going to be there. We talk about this process, and part of trust in the process is not pitching one-leggers, not proposing, making sure that you're doing it with both decision makers. And people are home right now. So seriously, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Next what I want to do is I want to move up to New York, upstate New York. And last month was his second perfect mile. Last year, May, he did one, but he did it again in April. But let's go to Nick up in upstate.
Hey, good morning, Tim. Nick here from branch 866 in New York, Hyde Park, New York, Hudson Valley. Just getting back to the perfect mile last month was awesome. Felt great. One of the main reasons I was able to do so was during this pandemic, a lot of the sports activities have been on pause. So I've used that extra time from coaching soccer to devoting to my clients, later appointments, a lot of pre-planning for my next day, mapping, stuff of that nature, and a lot of follow-ups. Other than that, it's trusting the process. Guys, have a great day. Thank you for your time. Bye.
You know what, Nick? I love the honesty. When I talked to you the other day and I asked you what was different, and you just flat out said you don't have any distractions like the soccer practices and stuff like that, because everything's shut down. I mean, think about that. Think about all the things that in the footprint of our whole division, things are shut down. You really can't do much. So take advantage of that. Why not take advantage of that? Instead of just going home, sitting on their couch and watching Tiger King. Yes, I watched it. Crazy stuff. But anyway, take advantage of the fact that you have time, and with that time comes everybody else has the same amount of time of just kind of sitting around. So they're at home. The decision makers are at home. So take advantage of that and make sure that you're out there doing the top to bottom, inside out inspections and filling up your day, because you have the time and the people are home. So with that being said, what I'd like to do is kind of shift down to Virginia. And here's a guy that's always in the top 10 as far as termite sales in our division. But he finally cracked that first perfect mile, and that's Joey down in Roanoke.
Well, really just getting out there with the route managers, the pest control technicians. They're the ones that kind of are with those people every day. They have personal relationships with them. They see them every month, whatever. Getting out there, getting to see where they're at, what issues these customers have, and then getting them involved as well. Those split sales actually make or break a lot of different things, and that's kind of where I went from last year to this year. Getting out there with those people, seeing the real issues, and then getting personal with those homeowners will definitely change everything.
Well, let me ask you this, because you wound up with 120 plus, not counting your pest control,
Yep.
but you actually sold 140 plus. I mean, that's $20,000 that you give up in split sales. Did that hurt you?
Not really. I mean, without those pest control technicians giving out those leads or anything like that, I wouldn't be there.
Right. You'd
Yep.
be back at that 70 mark.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, keep it rolling. Month of May's here.
That's right.
Let's go.
All right, man.
See, Gary Scott really loves doing these broadcasts, and he's so bummed that I can't go to the studio and have other people on this. So he had to be a part of it somehow. So he had to make sure he got his voice in there, with Joey. So, but anyway, we've talked about that many times on these broadcasts, and it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Working with the route managers it seems to be a true and tried method. And this whole thing with the split sales, it started out, I think it was like a year and a half ago, we had the Virginia Beach branch on here talk about how they do the split sales, and some people have adapted to it. Joey talked about the difference from last year to this year is that he really kind of embraced the split sale thing, the concept. And I don't know, 80% of something is better than 100% of nothing in my book. I'm no math major, but it just seems like it's a no-brainer to do those split sales, because when the route managers have something in it for them, why wouldn't they be your extra set of eyes out there? So I strongly encourage you to do that. And you heard it from Joey itself. He said, giving up those sales, does it hurt you? It's like, no. And of course, because without those, he wouldn't get them. So I strongly encourage you to build those relationships with your route managers and really, dive into that split sale thing, because why not? The best thing about that is let them fill up your day for you. It just seems to me like a no-brainer. So let's shift gears. Let's move over to Pittsburgh. And guy, it's been on these before. He's had quite a few perfect miles. But South Pittsburgh, Andrew KUCZMA. So Andrew, what was so special about last month for you?
Hey Tim, what's up? Hey, sorry about the hair, but we're in Corona. What can you do? No, but I think the reason why I hit 100,000 this month was because simply just seeing 6 to 7 people on average a day. It was an increase of 1 or 2 on top of that, and I think the reason being was because not going into the branch simply. Seeing the first customer between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, getting that extra start there. No real need to go in, because us salespeople, we like to go in the office and tell stories of this, and sometimes the technicians pull us aside, and we got to talk to them about the jobs and show them pictures and things like that, and then you get pulled from the office admins. So I just think simply not going in the office definitely helped to see more people, which you sell more. That's about it. See more people, sell more, close it rack.
Well, Andrew, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Anyway, so Andrew mentioned something that I find pretty interesting. We all know that we can't go in the branches, for safety reasons. So you guys and gals, really for the first time at Orkin are actually true outside professionals, not coming into the branches every morning. Hopefully that the branch managers, and I know your regions are doing teams meetings and all that kind of stuff, kind of talk about your days and doing your sales meetings. But the fact that you don't go into branches, and the reality is, if you really look at it, that gets you like 2 more hours back in your day. So the big question is, what are you doing with those 2 hours? Are you taking full advantage of it? Andrew was talking about the fact that now he's getting appointments at 7:30 and 8 o'clock, and instead of, kind of going in the office and kind of, you get caught up in talking to people and all that kind of stuff, and, kind of moving paperwork around and finding like needless busy work, and, not hitting the field till like 10 o'clock. But if you're actually out there setting appointments up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, that's like 2 more appointments you can do a day. And that's exactly what Andrew was talking about, that he's able to go from, his 4 to 5 appointments to 6 to 7 appointments and still getting home at night at the same time because of that morning that he's taken back. From talking to a lot of folks, it seems like, we have a lot of people that are still hitting the field at like 10 and 11 o'clock. Why not take advantage of that time in the morning? Like like all these other guys were talking about, like Ed was talking about, everybody's home. People are home. They're home at 8 in the morning. It's not like you're inconveniencing their work schedule. They're home. Take advantage of it. Because who knows? This could kind of lead to something down the road when things get back to, our normal, I don't know, maybe we just have like Monday, Wednesday, Friday coming to branch, and you're hitting the field at 8 o'clock appointments Tuesday, Thursday. I might be open up a can of worms with this. I probably shouldn't even say anything. But it makes my mind wonder, because I always try to find ways that make us successful. And if you guys and gals are getting, 2 more appointments and really taking advantage of it, and we're crushing our numbers, we'll look at that. I mean, Andrew's the perfect example. I mean, he's taking full advantage of that time. So I encourage y'all, don't wait till 10, 11 o'clock for your first appointment. Hit the field, wake up, have your coffee, hit the field running, get out there, make the most of the day. Everybody's got the same 24 hours in a day, but what separates the people are what they do with that 24 hours. The top and bottom people, the successful people and the average people, is what they do in that time. Now, I cannot go having one of this broadcast without recognizing that guy that sold $250,000 in the month of April. I mean, $250,000 in April. And if you remember, he sold $200,000 in March. So what I want to do is I want to bring him in on Teams and kind of have a conversation. I hope this works. Like I said, using technology, this is something different, doing this from home, where when I'm in the studio, it's a lot easier. So let me see if I could bring him in here. All right. Did it work? You there? Brad, you there? There you are.
Hey, Tim.
Look at this. The technology, the system works, man. The system works.
Yes, it does.
Hey, so, all right. $250,000 last month. You got to be kidding. I mean, congratulations. And what in March you sold like 200, right?
200. Yep, around.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more maybe, but yeah, around there.
Yeah. So 200 and 250,000. I've had you on these broadcasts plenty of times talking about what you do, your 6 to 8 appointments, sent out videos of you, running the 6. Correct me if I'm saying anything that you don't do, like the 6 to 8 appointments, full home inspections, never pitch a one-legger, propose everything that a customer needs or can benefit from, and you close with the 90 days delayed billing.
Yes, sir.
That's every time. That's just
every
what you
day.
do.
That's how my Monday through Friday works, and even Saturdays too. So,
right.
Yes, sir.
Even now during this whole pandemic thing going on, you're still being able to get the appointments that you need.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yep. Still making my calls. Still setting up customer base, REIs, PC, no TC, and lost leads too. That's another thing.
Yes. So when I was talking to you the other day, you were telling me about lost leads and web leads, what you're doing, and you got to share this because I think this is pretty cool.
Okay, I'll get an email in. I guess it's from the call center that they weren't able to sell the customer pest control. I get the email in. All I do is I hit copy, put the customer's phone number right in there, make a phone call immediately. So we still keep the urgency. What I do is I say, hey, ma'am, this is Brad with Orkin, just calling to schedule your pest control inspection. And normally if they don't answer, I'll leave a voicemail. But if not, after I leave the voicemail, Tim, what I do, I'll send a very brief text message saying, hey, this is Brad with Orkin. I'm just calling to set up your home inspection for you. And I didn't know if you had some time tomorrow between 10 and 12 to take care of that for you. Also, if they have an email that's on file from the lost lead, if I don't get them from there, what I do is I'll actually hit their email too. I'll just put in the box, Orkin. This is Brad with Orkin, just calling to set up your pest control inspection, man. Just wanted to see if I could take care of that for you guys.
So when you get this lost lead and it's the customer that's already said no to you, and when you don't get them on the phone, you're just assuming the appointment and setting it up.
Yeah, I'm looking at it as if, they type in Orkin.com, they hit us up for a reason. So what I wanted to do is try to get out there, do an inspection. Also, if I don't, I'll sell pest control what their need is. I'll hear the problem, sell it at a rate for them that they can afford, and then I'll set up their home inspection for them the day of the start.
Right.
Too, as well. Yes, sir.
So all right. So the web leads are people that went on our website and put in information. And one of the things that I hear a lot from sales folks, you just get the name and a phone number. You don't get all the information, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's all you need. I mean, that's plenty for me. And an email too. That's even better. So there's 3 ways we can contact the customer. One, by phone call with a voicemail, and then also a text message, and then also by email. So
right.
I look at it as an opportunity to get inside the door. And, they called us for a reason to take care of their home. They trust Orkin already. I feel like there's a relationship already there to be built. And I do that every time, and it's worked out well. I mean, this past week in pest control over the phone and in person is about $10,000 in sales so far, and it's only Thursday.
So 4 days this week from the web leads and the lost leads, you sold $10,000.
Monday through Thursday so far, about 10,000.
And when you sell that pest control, you're going out for the start too, for the whole.
Yep, and I'd say, ma'am, when we do your pest control, we come out and perform a home inspection that comes with your pest control. I'm gonna be out there the day that the technician's doing the service for you. Is that okay? No problem, Brad. Sounds good. We'd love that. I mean,
you make it sound simple.
It is. I mean, that's a lot of business. I think that we don't really get to them on an urgency, just because they think it's a lost leak. Hey, they're not going to buy from us. Well, let's try it again, because they may not have liked the price that the call center give them. So let's go ahead and give them a different option. Let's get out there doing home inspection, see if we can't give them a discounted rate to start up pest control for us. I mean,
there you go. So what are you going to sell this month?
My goal is $303,500. That's the goal. That's in termite. So we'll see. I mean, I've never hit it before. I've hit 200,000 plenty of times, 250. I think, hopefully I can shock the world with 300,000. So
my
we'll
God.
see.
Well, I appreciate you for doing this with me and sharing that. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Lost leads are an opportunity for us.
Lost leads are all right. Hey, make sure you wash your hands. Stay safe.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Hey, good talking to you. Okay.
Yeah, man. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Got it back. All right. So there's a guy, $252,000 last month, or $250,000 last month, talking about what he does, and it's talk about following the process that he's talked about for 4 years now of what he does. You all know that. But here's a new thing that he started doing within the last month and a half with these lost leads. Lost leads have always been available, and I encourage you. I mean, why not, right? So get with your branch manager or your region sales manager about how to find these web leads or lost leads, because they show up, like the web leads show up in the lead management log that everybody's got access to, that you can get these things. But the key to this is to being quick about it. As soon as the email comes over, you got to call, text, or email right away, because if they call the call center and they say no to us, they're going to call someone else, because they're calling because they have a problem. And it's really interesting that you picked up on it when he said about the web leads, because I hear a lot. I hear it, that, oh no, there's no information with the web leads. And he just said, all I need is a name and a number. That's all you need. And it's true. That is all that you need to call and be successful. The majority of people are calling from their cell phone. So when you're calling, all you got to do is send them a text message. If you can't get through to them, it's a great way to communicate. Someone's calling me right now. Anyway, live broadcast. What are you gonna do? But anyway, Brad, great job. $250,000. So kind of doing a little recap on this. We had Ed and Rocco talking about everybody being home. That's one of the reasons for success. Kind of to go off a little bit more on that with everybody being home. Think about something for a second. Clover leafing, the lost art of clover leafing. When you go out to jobs that you've sold that are being done, and hopefully you're bringing the technicians, some Gatorade, some water, some lunch, things like that, taking care of them and checking to see how the job's going. The neighbors are home now, so go knock on a door next door. Same thing when if you get a termite lead and you sell a termite. If the termite's at this house, go knock on the other doors around it. Do the Hollywood squares. Go circling around the house, because people are home, offering up that free inspection. So like Ed said, people are home, but again, cloverleaf, because people are home. And then we talked about Nick, where Nick is just taking advantage of the time that, when normal activities are going on, you get kind of sucked away. They're not there anymore, so he's just using that to work and making more money for him and his family. Then Andrew talked about, the time from going into the branch, where he's using that, he's setting up his day starting at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, as opposed to you got to go to the branch for the meeting and your check-in, and you can't get out to an appointment until like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So he's filling up that time. So I encourage you, fill up the time, get out of the house and go see people first thing in the morning. And then of course, Brad, selling his $250,000 by following the process, but just throwing something new in there that he's adding to, the PCNO TC, the route manager leads, and he's also using the lost leads and the web leads. So take advantage of this stuff and take advantage of the situation. I just want to throw it out there that, it's May, the weather's breaking. in some areas. But you know, the weather is getting better, and I want to thank y'all for everything that you're doing out there. You know, I know the times have been different and they've been trying, but you're doing a great job adapting to them. And so far this month of May, I'll tell you what, y'all are killing it because you are out to a very fast start with the termite sales. So I appreciate that. Keep it up. Take some of these things that you learned today and think about it. Think about it. Are you doing these things to be successful? Because man, our top 10 people hit the perfect mile last month in our division, and that is just, I mean, that's outstanding. That is just outstanding. So again, thank you for all you do. Please be safe. Wear your mask, wash your hands, wear your gloves, your booties, and you know, protect your family. And thank you for all you do, and just trust the process.